So, it's designed after a Sheev, right? Well, have you ever seen a Sheev cut through enemies like this before? So, the Sheev is designed after the idea of a Sheev. Well, I don't know about you, but Sheevs are rather archaic weapons fashioned out of everyday stuff. You know, what prisoners use because they did nothing else. Why would Tenno use this? Well, then again, it's not really designed after a Sheev, is it? There's a heated plasma coil at the end. You don't find that stuff in prisons. You don't find plasma. But whatever. It is a very strong weapon, though, in terms for a knife. You got 40 slash, and a lot of status chance. Although the critical isn't really there, only 5%. And not to mention, it's a very slow knife if you pay attention to attack speed. In truth, it's one of the slowest weapons in the game, which is an eyebrow razor there. More later. But yes, it is a slow knife. It's powerful, but slow. Having a slow knife kind of defeats the purpose of having a knife in my book. But it's still good. I won't say it's a shit weapon, but it's still very powerful and you got that excellent status chance. So I'll use that to my advantage later on. But in terms for knives, I prefer my knives quick and light, when this one's quite the opposite. I can still only attack one person at a time no matter how I cut it, no matter what I do. So with that said, this is like a counterintuitive design, which is rather strange in my book. They could have done some things different, but they chose this strange heavy knife. But I guess I should mention, the only place you can get it is from the Operation Gatecrashers or the Sword. But yes, with a level 30 build, as you notice, I got a callus to mine. As I mentioned earlier, just then, I got mine from Operation Gatecrashers. Those PC people can now get it through sorties, and soon the consoles will follow. Now, in terms of build, the Pointed Wind, Spoiled Strike, even though I don't lose that much attack speed, I put Fury on to make up for that, covered lethality. Put Vicious Frost and Virulent Scourge to get a viral damage, and upgrade the status to 55% chance. Everything else just increases damage overall, in terms of slash damage. Pretty simple build, it's just my choice. You guys could choose something else if you want. But I'll be testing against all three categories of enemies, starting off with the Chargers. We'll take these Chargers here, first, at level 70. So against the level 7 Chargers, it works amazingly well. Well, you can't really attack groups so easily, unless they're really piled upon you like this. But I cut right through them like hot knife to butter, and we do have that heated plasma coil at the end. So very little effort given, though I was nearly chewed apart. Next up, we'll try some Grineer. Only 10 of them, and we won't be fighting about level 70. It's a little too high. It's not a puncture weapon. We'll go at level 50 though. Now you might be surprised that this weapon actually works. That viral kicks in real quick, with a 55% chance. So when that happens, the enemies pretty much almost immediately drop. So that's a nice benefit of this weapon. You put the viral on, it'll work against just about anything, including the Grineer. So if you really like this weapon, that's a good idea to use it with. Of course, you don't have to listen to me. You could just go against that and put electricity on it if you want, or even blast. But I find viral works very nicely against the Grineer. And lastly, we'll take the Corpus. Get 12 of their MOAs, and at the same level, level 50. Now, these guys like to clump together, so I don't have to run around chasing them. And again, that viral kicks in quick, making them pretty much easy to drop. In terms of difficulty, though, I think they're equal between the Grineer and Corpus. Doesn't see any significant difference. Only kill them quicker because they clump together. Now, time for pros and cons. On the pro side, we got a lot of slash damage, and we got a good status chance, status build. That's about it for pros. Not too many. On the con side, however, we've got a short weapon. Swing speed is incredibly slow. No critical chance. And on top of all that, acquisition of this weapon is extremely difficult, since you can only get it from Operation Gatecrashers in the past, or the sortie going forward. So it's rather tedious to try and collect all those pieces from the sortie. So is it worth it? You weigh the options there. Okay. Now, even though I had a catalyst in this, there's still a couple things you could do with it. But I'll at least mention it. But, let's see, if you want to put it through a couple of formas, maybe you'll want something like Buzzkill, if you have it, to increase the slash damage, and probably Volcanic Edge, sorry, and Voltaic Strike. You can put those, you can choose where you want them to be. You could sacrifice slash damage or the swing speed, it's up to you. So it'll give you more status chance, and that's better. But, is a weapon worth it? Well, no. This weapon's slow. It's hard to get. It's not really worth it in my book. But hey, thanks for watching Showcase. If you want to see a particular weapon in Showcase, leave a comment below, and it might be the next weapon I choose. Thanks again for watching.